Today we're going back into RPG Elite philosophy. Quality number 10 is what we're focused on. And okay, so see if you can follow along here. This is part 2 of the second aspect of the 10th quality. And we've got another part to this very same aspect coming up next month. I want to say what's up to my elites out there. What's up, y'all? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. This is RPG Elite, the place where I focus on putting the RP back into RPG. And the way that I do this is by giving you tools, tips, tutorials, and real talk about the tabletop RPG space and culture. But today, we're doing something a little different that's exclusive here to this channel. It's RPG Elite philosophy time. We're talking about mid-level role-playing and how RPG Elites focus on that to up their game, which is the description part of things, the narrative description and how we do those things. For those of you who don't ascribe to the RPG Elite philosophy, and obviously this video wouldn't be for you, but I have to repeat those kind of things because you get people in the comments who they'll go and be like, well, you know, I wouldn't do that, or I'm gonna, okay, but you know, the channel's called RPG Elite, and this is RPG Elite philosophy, all right? So this is not supposed to be all-encompassing for all of the community for RPG players. Okay, that's not what this is. Specifically, RPG Elite philosophy is for, okay, come on, say it together with me, RPG Elites. Okay, so if you are not into that, then probably it won't be the video for you. Or if you're curious about it and you kind of want to find out, okay, what is it that he's talking about, then go ahead and watch the rest of this. Now I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to repeat myself in the beginning when we get into the video. Why? Because there's always somebody in the comments who has to make something because they didn't watch the video. Please don't make a comment if this is not something that you are willing to either learn about or make a comment that actually has to do with the video because you watched it. Because in the last video that I did last week, not the last video, but a video that I did just recently, people saw the thumbnail and hit the door in droves. Didn't even watch the video. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting up there and I'm watching it because I was doing some other work, and somebody had made a comment and made some negative comment and then had to announce that they had unsubbed. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, it's just 12 minutes. This video is over 20 minutes long. You mean to tell me that right on the nose, right? Because it was only 12 minutes ago when it got posted. Right on the nose, you started watching that video and watched it at double speed and heard everything? No, they didn't. They saw the thumbnail and hit the door. Okay, let's not do this. In this video, if you want to learn a little bit about RPG Elite philosophy, mid-level role-playing, how we look at it, then go ahead and at least, there's video chapters below if you don't want to watch the whole thing. At least skip around and know what it is that I'm talking about in a general sense so you can get the gist. However, if you don't even want to do that, then why are you here? Well, for what reason? To look at a thumbnail, make a comment, and make yourself look silly because you didn't actually watch the video and it's clear that you didn't from the comment. Come on, let's not do that, y'all. Let's get into this video right now. On the other side, as always, I've got the question of the vid for you. And maybe something else, I'm not sure, it depends. Let's roll into this. To reiterate, because I have to do that at the beginning of each one of these RPG Elite philosophy videos, this is for people who are interested in becoming RPG Elite or adopting RPG Elite qualities. This will not be for everyone. So before you go to the comments and start screaming about how everyone doesn't need to do this, and I'm not saying that, that's not what I'm saying. So let me cut you off at the pass. I agree. This is for RPG Elites. This is what we focus on. If you don't want to focus on that, go ahead, do your thing, chicken wing. But this video is going to focus on what RPG elites do. Becoming a seasoned mid-level role player is possible, and it can be done in various ways. We're going to touch on a couple of them today. Now, just because you've been playing for a long time, it doesn't mean that you have arrived. That's the whole point of this series that we're doing with RPG Elite Quality number 10. Longevity doesn't equal competency. Just because you've been in it for a minute, especially if you've been lacking from day one and you've been ignorant, and so you just kept repeating the same things over and over again, and they've been wrong in terms of mid-level role playing on a level for an RPG Elite. Now, if that's what you want to continue to do, you can do that. If you want to be RPG Elite, then continue to listen. Whenever you begin to describe something, the basic target is the senses of the listener: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. This is whether you're GM or a player. In many cases, the sixth sense is also involved, the soul sense, so to speak, the emotion. Start and finish there. This is what will draw in everyone at the table, no matter who is doing the mid-level role-playing. There are practical ways to improve your vocabulary depth that just won't help you in tabletop RPGs, but in general, in life. Now, I'm going to lay out a couple here today that will have a direct effect on your mid-level role-playing. Now, these tips are not exhaustive, but they are foundational. These are just some simple things that you can do. You can utilize the taste to get the most out of it or adjust it for maximum benefit for you specifically. Now, I'm not even going to get into the myriad benefits of reading, which seems to be going the way of the dinosaur in our day and age, but I digress. In this case, reading, preferably in the genre that you're playing in, is going to get your mind used to seeing descriptions. It trains your conscious and subconscious with different words and phrases that you can pull from during a session. So basically, you are filling up your mental well so you can draw from it later. This doesn't mean you have to go out, buy a bunch of novels, unless you wanted to do that. That's up to you. You could simply download the Libby app and check digital books out from your local library or various libraries in your city or state or region. This assumes, of course, that you have a library card with one of the libraries in your area. Even if you do not, there are some libraries that will allow you to apply and get a card right through the app. However, this is hit or miss. It's not every library, so it's probably better if you just have one. Once you get your library card set up and all the rest of that stuff, then slot out so much time during each day or week to read. Set a goal that's comfortable for you. 5 pages a day, an hour, whatever you want to do. Now, this means you're going to have to moderate or sacrifice watching YouTube or being on other social media or watching TV and all the rest of that stuff or playing video games. Of course, the exception to that would be to watch RPG Elite videos, of course, because I highly encourage you to go ahead and binge watch those. Now, doing this will begin again to train your brain, and in the process, it's going to enrich your tabletop RPG experience. And you just might find that, you like the novels that you're reading and you want to continue to do so. Go figure. Learning new words is a great way to make your descriptions pop. This is not to say every description needs to be long and flowery and using all these special big words. That gets old real quick. That's not what I'm talking about. It is to say that your words need to be interesting. They need to be relevant. They need to be engaging. Knowing how to say the same thing 3 different ways, that is a fantastic starting point and a sign that you're getting better at mid-level role-playing. Now, this can be combined with reading fiction. So let me go ahead and tell you how a brother does it. When I'm reading a novel and there's a word that I don't know, I immediately look up the definition of that word and I write it down in my personal thesaurus. So it means that you're going to have to start one. And you can start yours in any app that you feel like you want to start it in, like Microsoft OneNote or Evernote. And just to give you an example, here is my personal one that I have in OneNote, which is what I use. And this is one of two that I have, which we're about to get into right now. So another thing you could do is to use the Merriam-Webster app, or if you like doing it on the desktop, you can do that, which is what I've got opened up right here. So this is what you can do. Every day they have what's called a word of the day. You just scroll down a little bit here. The word of the day today is vindicate. All right. So if you don't know what it sounds like, or you don't know the word, it looks weird, then you can just go ahead and click on this little speaker right here and it will pronounce the word for you.
Vindicate.
There you go. So now that you have that, you can be like, okay, I like this word. I want to use this word. So let's go ahead and you just click on the word and it's going to give you all of the information about the word, give you the definition, give you examples of how to use it. And if you want to add this to your own personal thesaurus here on the website or in the app, and by the way, if you have one, then you have the other, right? So if you can download the app and save them there, or you can do it on your desktop and it's going to sync with either or. Then all you have to do is on the desktop, there's this see the entry link that's going to be under the definition. On the app, it's going to be 3 little lines that you're going to click on that. You click on this, an either or, and now you have a more kind of like a truncated version of everything that was right before. And it gives you different definitions here. But right down here, you see save word. And if you want to save this word, you can click on this to save the word. Now, if you want to go and look at all of the words that you've saved, then all you have to do is go to your profile. So you have to make an account. It's free. It's easy. And go up to your profile. And the first thing you're going to see is my words on the pull down menu. You just click on that and it's going to pull up all the words. See, I have this as well. And it's going to pull up all of these words that you have saved. And it's pretty much like your own personal thesaurus. So you can either have your personal thesaurus with the Merriam-Webster dictionary, and you can also use the thesaurus here because it switches over to one once you click on that. Or you can do your own personal one, as I said earlier. Now the goal here is simple. What you want to do is you want to look at these words and the definitions before a session or whenever the spirit moves you. And you want to do this on a regular basis, because you want these words to stick into your mind. Read the definitions, read how they're used, the whole nine. Teach yourself these things. Not only will your personal vocabulary expand and become richer overall, but the great byproduct of all of this is that you will become a better everyday communicator. Don't be afraid to pre-write your descriptions. Now, for GMs, this is pretty much a given. For players, however, you're going to have to think a little bit outside of the box. Is there something that your character does on a regular basis? Then write out 3 different descriptions of that same action. Then, again, thinking outside of the box, think of different scenarios where you would want to use these descriptions. Maybe it's the next time that the PCs enter a castle, or let's use my One Ring campaign for an example. Maybe it's the next time that the PCs enter the Prancing Pony and talks to Barlaam Barber. See, these don't have to follow any particular pattern, but whatever you do, don't try to force it. Listen, if it doesn't fit the situation, wait it out. You should be able to sense when something is going to fit perfectly for the situation. If it's not fitting the scenario, wait. Wait for it to actually add to the story. Because again, if we want to go back to quality number 8, it's about the story. if you do wait for it and you hit it and nail it at the proper time, it can potentially make what would be mundane into something lively and fun, and then have this kind of snowball effect to spark role play from everybody else who's around the table. And that is the point. So there it is, 3 tips on how to strengthen your language when it comes to mid-level role playing. Let's get straight into the question of the vid today, which would be this. Now, out of these 3, which one would you be more likely to implement, or which one would you have more difficulty with? And then on top of that, if you've got another way, because again, this is not an exhaustive list, I'm just giving you some suggestions on where to start. But if you've got a suggestion on, hey, this is another way that you could strengthen your language for mid-level role playing that you didn't mention, well, you know what I want you to do? I want you to hit it down in the comments below, y'all. Hey, if you like this video today and it added any kind of value, maybe you learned something, maybe it was a little bit entertaining, who knows? Then go ahead and crush the like button for a brother. And also, if you want to stick around and say, well, you know, I think I might like this dude. Let me give him a try. Then go ahead, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell with that. Folks, I'm going to slide on out of here. I'm going to do my snaggle puss.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, what you think about the new hat? Yeah, you know I had to throw that in there. Hey, if you got a game this weekend, then happy gaming. I hope it is an RPG Elite session. Until next time, God willing, folks, a brother has just simply got to say peace and hair grease. I'm out.